Do you remember how Donald Trump used to always use the phrase that Barack Hussein Obama was the founder of ISIS? Well, it is precisely that phrase that tells me that Donald Trump understands what he is doing and the damage that his policy decisions will cause to Americans and to our safety in the future. What Donald Trump was describing was the concept of blowback. It was how policy decisions or indecisions of a president or other policymaker could result in unintended, sometimes violent, and terrible consequences. So as Donald Trump is rounding up immigrants and he is sending them to a prison camp into the custody of a man who describes himself as a dictator and strips these people of all of their due process rights, as a veteran of the war in Iraq, I can't help but think of what happened at Guantanamo Bay and in Abu Ghraib, and how that extended the global war on terror, these forever wars, and served as the most powerful and effective radicalization and recruitment propaganda for the Taliban, for Al-Qaeda, and for what became ISIS. The human rights violations, the stripping of due process, the breaking of American and international law with these prison camps, that resulted in the deaths of hundreds, if not thousands, of American troops that otherwise would not have died. And it resulted in the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan being far worse and far longer than they otherwise would have been. So I have no doubt that Donald Trump is knowingly creating problems for Americans in the future that he knows that he will not be around to have to deal with, as he sends immigrants in this country who he's stripping of due process into prison camps that meet the Holocaust Museum's definition of a concentration camp. As terrible as all of this is, I still have hope, because the more that Americans find out about this, the more they're pushing back. And I am encouraged seeing more and more Americans get organized. And I'm encouraged by seeing more and more Americans get off the sidelines. And that's why I want to invite you to our protest on June 6th in Washington, D.C. Service members, veterans, military families, and all of our allies, we are inviting everyone to come to Washington, D.C. and to unite for veterans, to unite for America. Now, it might sound like we're talking about one issue here, veterans, but we're not. We as veterans, we swore an oath to the Constitution, to American laws. So standing up for veterans means standing up for America, for our Constitution, for the rights of everyone in this country. Because the Constitution guarantees due process rights to everyone within the jurisdiction of the United States. If you want to learn more about this protest, visit uniteforveterans.org. And if you want to hear more about how we're organizing this, you can follow my new podcast. It's called The Find Out Podcast. You can find us at findoutpodcast.substack.com or look for the Find Out Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Things may be bad, but we are organizing. And we're not simply defending democracy, we're going on offense. And when we get the biggest protest in the United States for years in Washington, D.C. this summer on June 6th, you will see the momentum grow for our movement. So make plans, join us, and follow the Find Out Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.